King Drew.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to another episode of the First and Foremost podcast. I'm one of your three co-hosts here tonight, along with Jerome and Beside the Hatch to my right. Down below, Arvon, Bacon Network, one of the best journalists in the game. And we'll go ahead and get into it, man. Talking a little bit about sports, man. Like I said, if you want to get your football, your basketball fix, you know what to do. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And before we start the pod today, remember that it's powered by Phenom. And if you want your Phenom merch, make sure you use that promo code ITH Football for 10% off all items, as Jerome shows over there to the right. Get free merch like that. And if you guys don't know, it's already mid-season. So the fellas are at a game every single week, and they're handing out free Phenom merch. So if you ball, you will get the call, and you might get that free merch as well, man. So how you fellas feeling tonight?
Great, man. I'm just smiles all around, man. I'm good, man. The OT combine is on. Jasper Johnson just got dunked on by Malik Thomas. The energy's high over here, man. I don't know if I feel it, but the energy's high.
Love to see it. Love to hear it, man. But we'll go ahead and get into the first and foremost. So since your energy is high, Bacon, we'll go ahead and start with you, man. Let you start off the show. What is your first and foremost?
Oh man. But I have something premeditated, man. This is from Brother 19 Keys. I'm a good brother, man, and what he said about just a lot of negativity being in the world, this kind of emotion of trying to combat, push against that. His direct quote was, "When trying," not I'm gonna say direct quotes, it's candid. When trying to reverse negativity and you're putting in positive, you know what I'm saying, it can't just be, you know what I'm saying, a group or just like, we're gonna do this. It's got to be in quantum leaps. Got to be in quantum, because if you're just doing a little bit, it's just gonna be either a little bit or just going to neutralize the negative. So it's got to be tenfold. So whenever you're trying to align or group people together, just make sure y'all on a movement that's going to be connecting and compound interest, so to speak. So that's my first and foremost.
All right, Jerome.
First and foremost, man, I'm having a way better week than I did last week. I mean, we have a huge win by Michigan, beating USC. That was huge. I didn't think that was going to happen, man. I'm not going to lie. I did choose Michigan to win just off of my heart. But my brain was telling me that was a bad decision. But, hey, we pulled it off. It was scary, but it was a fun game. Same thing with the Eagles, man. Put a close win against the Saints. So I won my first fantasy game. I was 0-2. Now, I got my first. So this week, it was a good football weekend for myself. A little excited, man. Gave some help to the Falcons, even though they lost. But we defeated a divisional opponent for you guys. We let y'all win last week because let's be real, we really let y'all win. That was, I don't know what we were doing. But anyway, that's besides the fact. I'm happy. Had a good football week. Starting the week off really well. So I can't wait to get this going, man.
100%. My first and foremost, I give a shout out, a little shine to Grayson quarterback Deuce Smith. I got a chance to see him last year when he was a true freshman. I played for the I think it was the freshman team last year, but he had to step up in a big moment, in a big spot for Grayson. He threw for 5 touchdowns in the first half. Stepping up big. Obviously, Travis Burgess was not playing due to a precautionary injury. So shout out to him, man. That's not easy to do in your first region game, stepping up big for them, throwing 5 touchdowns. 2 to Aiden Taylor, 1 to Alexander Sanchez, and then the other, obviously, to Jonathan Stafford. So shout out to him, man. He gets my first and foremost tonight.
Nice.
100%. All right, guys. I think we are trying to get Kesler on, so we'll get him on in just a second. But let's go ahead before we get him. Hit Phenom Players of the Week. I'll let Bacon and Jerome take that away and just talk just a little bit about who who they highlighted, who they congratulated on a big time week this past Friday night.
Go ahead, Jay.
I had DeMarcus Gardner. He is a DB / wide receiver from Cedartown. Little did I know, I've seen this kid a couple of times before going to Cedartown. And the first scrimmage he had a pick six. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's nice. But, it's a scrimmage, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Come to last week's game, and this man had 7 interceptions in the season and had a pick six in that game, which brings him up to 8 interceptions in the season, which is tied, according to Max Prep, he's not tied. I'm sorry. He's in second place for the most interceptions in the season. This man have 8 interceptions in 4 games. That's incredible. So he was my phenom player of the week. Obviously, Tay Harris balled out as always. I think he had 73 yards on the ground, played really well on defense, things like that. So it was a total, team effort, big one. Y'all kind of said it might go sideways because the quarterback wasn't in, so we'll see. But that was my phenom player of the game.
Not for sure. I didn't really do a phenom player of the game. I wanted to do some content for a player at Trinity, but I did get to see, and it was an ugly game, I'll say the least. But I got to see Sandy Creek, so I'll say, a running back combination of Chase McDowell and Amari Latimer, man, they was all over the field. I look down, I'm looking at my camera, or I'm talking to somebody, I look up, man. It's another big run by one of those 2 young men, so they definitely did their thing. And I believe who got an offer? Let me go see who got that. Somebody got a Wisconsin offer. A Wisconsin coach was there. I'm like, who man? I said maybe I heard he was probably recruit Amari, but I think it was Danny. I think it was not Danny, but Dana Greenhow. I think Dana was no, excuse me, Corey Hadley received the offer from Wisconsin. I believe on the spot that night. So shout out to Corey and shout out to the Sandy Creek program. You're still undefeated, by the way.
100%, man. So that's how we have it, y'all. That is the Phenom Players of the Week. Again, remember, if you want a chance to win some free Phenom merch, make sure you hit up these 2 right here. Follow them on Twitter, on X. That's all linked to the right there where the little arrow is pointing. Check them out, man. And you got a potential chance to win as well. I think we're about 5 minutes out from Kesler joining, so I guess we can recap the results real quick before we get them on. So that way, when we finish with him, we'll basically be done with hitting the grid. We'll just recap a couple more things. But the results from this past week, this is week 6. We're going to get a drum roll before we reveal it.
Get the drum roll rolling.
All right, here we go.
All right, bet he finished. Twin said, I'm on.
There we go. All right, so quick. These are the results. Week 6. So Bacon was 10-4. I was 10-4 as well. Jerome went to 13-1. So shout out to him. He had a big week. He now has a 1-game lead. Let's reveal just the overall results after this week before we bring Kesler on here.
Getting that right now. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
Being a little slow. But we got it right here.
All right, so there you go. There's the overall record. So Bacon is 4 games in the hole behind Jerome. I'm a game behind, so I still feel pretty good about mine. But Jerome has the 1-game lead on me and a 4-game lead on Bacon currently. And obviously, we'll have our week 7 matchups coming up here pretty soon. So, but we're going to hold off on that. So y'all stay tuned. We're going to have some top matchups to talk about and who we're picking. But we're going to talk to Kesler about 30, 45 minutes. And then we'll wrap up the hitting the grid with some of our top matchups.
100%, man. With that being said, we're going to bring on one of the most underrated DBs. He's 3-star from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, man. He's got a 4.40, 5'11", class of 2025, 20 ACT, man. So we're going to bring him on, man. Shout out to Big Kes and shout out to the Oak Grove Warriors, man. They everything they got going on. But with that being said, we're going to bring on the young man. What's going on, brother?
What's going on with y'all, man?
How you feeling, man?
Feel great. Had a good day of practice today.
Talk a little bit about it, man. You know what I'm saying? What y'all did at practice today? Was it tough? Easy?
We did a lot of conditioning, but overall, I feel like we had a good practice. Really getting prepared for Friday.
100%. So why did y'all get why did y'all run a lot today, man? Was it a tough past Friday?
Say it again.
I said, why did y'all have to do a lot of running at practice today? Was it a tough game this past Friday?
Yeah, it was a tough game, but we really just need to be more disciplined and have everything under control.
100%. Now y'all 2-2. You know what I'm saying? You still very much in the hunt out there in Mississippi, man. So just kind of catch us up, bring us up to speed, man, with this, you know what I'm saying, how everything's going with you personally this year.
I feel like everything been going great. See, I got 2 interceptions first. Really supposed to have 4, but I dropped them. I dropped the money, and I'm kind of upset about that. But it's all good. I'm on to the next game. But I feel like overall we gonna shake back big time. It was really just a wake up call for us, and really just getting everybody head on track.
100%, man. So just kind of before we kind of get into the recruiting stuff, just kind of we're gonna talk about you as a person, man. What age did you start playing football, and why do you love the game so much? Why are you so passionate?
I actually started playing when I was 7 in a little league called Upward Flag Football.
Okay.
Then I just fell in love with the sport. I love contact. See, I've been playing both sides of the ball my whole life, and I just really that's really the main thing why I love the game of football. Like, I love to compete for one, and then the game of being contacted. So really just all around there.
100%. What age did you kind of start taking the game serious?
See, 7th grade we was in COVID, so it was really like a pushover. So I wasn't really just focused and locked into it for real. But then 8th grade I started working, got into it. We only played 2 games 8th grade because of COVID. We was still in the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then I started 9th grade. Really just got locked in, and some stuff happened, and then boom, I couldn't. I ain't see. Look, last year was my first year of football. Went crazy. Of high school. I ain't gonna say first year of football, but high school. I started last year, and then I was putting in work, and everything started paying off, working out in my favor.
100%, man. So I know you're still in high school. What would it mean for you to, you know what I'm saying, to go to the college of your choice and potentially provide, you know what I'm saying, for the family?
Say that again.
I said, I know you're still in high school, but what would it mean to you to, you know what I'm saying, to be able to pick the college of your choice and provide for your family one day playing the sport that you love?
I would say that. Hold on, let me go in my room.
You good, brother. Take your time.
Let me go in my room right quick.
We like it raw and uncut anyway.
This is live, baby. We live, you know.
Making clowning. Like you're falling uncut.
Nah, for sure.
That's my camera. There you go.
Oh,
Now you say that one more time. Ask me that question one more time.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? What would it mean to you to be able to choose the college of your choice, and what it would also mean to you, you know what I'm saying, to be a sport that you love and provide for your family?
I would say that's one of my main goals is to make it, and I actually want to retire my mom my 3rd year of college. With the stuff that like the business that we got running, I'm in there with them and stuff like that. But I feel like if I put my mind to it, put the work in, I will be able to take care of my family one of these days.
100%. Well, let's talk about it, brother. You know what I'm saying? You're already in business. That's big, man. So I'm saying, what kind of business is it, and what have you kind of learned financial wise, just, you know what I'm saying, learning the day-to-day operations of a business?
See, we got a trucking business, and majority of the time, see, I couldn't go into into the warehouses until I turned 17. So it was really hard for me to actually learn what was going on to like with the truck and stuff. And like when you go there, you gotta go put stuff on the truck and stuff like that. But I could never go in there because I wasn't of age. But now that I'm of age, I can start doing it. So I really learned a little bit more about it and potentially trying to get my own truck.
100%.
But financially wise though, is going good.
Most definitely. We're gonna talk a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, because I got to talk to what's his name? Don't worry about that. What is it like just to play football in Mississippi, man? What's the brand? I'm saying, what does it mean to do it? Because they don't get a lot of shine.
It's really hard because you got all the surrounding states, such as Florida, Texas. All of them are getting pulling recruits. I mean, we get recruits here, but it's kind of harder when you're going against. Well, I'll put it like this: we was the number one ranked team. We still is the number one ranked team, but not according to Mac Preps and all the rankings and stuff like that. But I feel like recruiting wise here is it's a little bit different. I feel like we don't get the shot because Mississippi is underrated.
Right.
In my eyes, I feel like it's underrated and we get overlooked more than other states because we are a baby state, put it like that. But I feel like that the recruiting process for me is going great.
I'm
Working in my
saying.
favor.
One more question for me, and I'm gonna throw it to Naj, kind of ask you some recruiting questions. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about that process too. But you said it's kind of tough to kind of get recruited in a state like Mississippi. So what do you or what is this to talk around the community? Like what y'all got to do to kind of get recruited, man? You know, so you had 2 picks week 1, but what do you have to do to kind of put coaches on notice?
Um, I would say, how would I put this? The main source of putting yourself out there, I would say social media on Twitter
Mm-hmm.
because we probably have a lot of coaches come through there, but they're not really just talking to actual players. They coming to watch and scout and stuff like that. But since we got in season and they are in season now, we're not really getting recruits down here like that anymore.
That's crazy. Ready, Nash?
Let's do it.
All
So I
right, go
want to
ahead, bro.
ask you from your standpoint. You obviously talked about the social media aspect. What is media doing down there to help push you guys or highlight you guys, or anybody doing film breakdowns or coming to see you guys just to help you guys get a little bit more shine and exposure?
I would say that it actually helps because with the social media stuff like Ole Miss, I recently just talked to Ole Miss. Like they was contacting me, Kevin Bolden, he followed me on Twitter and stuff like that. But with that being said, I would say as you post so much, somebody gonna see you one day.
Right.
You ain't just gonna keep posting and nobody gonna notice you. Especially if you're doing your job and getting done what has to be done.
Got you. But as far as media, they not really are they pushing y'all hard in Mississippi or not really?
Not really. It's really just not not the coaching staff and stuff like that, but like the school and fans, stuff like that, they will push and try to help out sometimes, but that ain't really a lot to help if you know what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Who for you, Kessler? What did you work on the most, man, this offseason to kind of fine tune your game? You talk about all the interceptions you've had this year, but what did you work on the most? Was it footwork? Was it leverage? What was the thing
It
you worked
was it was mostly see I work with CJ Bailey, a trainer down here that produced a lot of good DBs, and we mostly worked on see we play cover zero. We run nothing but man. So
on?
I mostly worked on my man coverage, play off man press, all that. Um, I worked on. See, my main problem last year was playing the hips. I wasn't locked in on the hips and playing the hips and playing through the ball. And after so long, I kept getting better at it, kept getting better at it, and then the results started to pay off on the field.
Certainly. For you, do you like more so being able to be a ball hawk and make an interception, or you like coming down and making a big hit?
I mean, I say I'm versatile. I love both.
Good answer. Good answer. All right. For you, man, if you don't mind sharing, what is recruiting? I know you're 3-star on 247. What's recruiting kind of been like, and what's been your favorite campus you've been on so far?
I would say Ole Miss. I just recently went to Ole Miss Saturday, and
What was that?
they
No,
played Georgia. They played Georgia Southern, and the environment there is just like different. It's like whoa, like it just be like when they like the team. See, I watch the DBs and stuff like that, and I mess with the coaches stuff like that. But I haven't really just been getting big recruits like that because I played behind PJ all last year, and I really didn't get to get any film. But I feel like this year gonna be my good breakout year.
for sure. For you, obviously talked about the experience. How far is Ole Miss technically from where you're at in Mississippi?
It's actually in Oxford, Mississippi. I'm based in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, so that's probably about 3.5 hours.
Is that north or south?
That's north.
North. Wow. Okay. Good little rise. Good question to ask. Okay. A couple more. I'll throw it to Jay. Who's been your favorite player, or if you have any that you like to watch on YouTube? I know the kids, they love watching different players to take different parts of their game to add to theirs. Do you have a favorite player on the NFL or collegiate level?
I love watching Kool-Aid McKinstry. I like Kobe Bryant from Kansas was a really good DB. I really took notes from him. I ain't gonna say I wanted to be like him, but I tried to take some of the game plays that he did and used it on myself, and it actually worked. Kobe Bryant is one of the top DBs in college in my eye.
Kobe Bryant. Okay, I like that. And then last one for me before I throw it to Jay. What in your eyes, Kessler? What can media do to help you guys out more or establish more of a relationship with you guys, just to help you, eventually get to where you guys want to be on that next stage and helping you guys accomplish your goals and your dreams?
I would say social. It's majority of the world revolve around social media now. So
Right.
it's really based on what you post and who you know, or what kind of content you putting out, or what you putting out. But if you putting, I feel like for me, from my point, I say that as you keep, like I said, as you keep posting, somebody gonna finally see you. And social media could be your best friend to put you out there for D1 recruits, because nobody really out of high school looking to go, I'm gonna go JUCO. You trying to go
Right.
D1. So with that, with social media, that give you a good platform for coaches and recruits to see you, or to at least get you rolling in that system.
Customer, man. Nice to meet you, man. Wanted to know, man. I was just looking on your Twitter and I seen your speed at 4.4. Is that in real time, or like you just kind of like wishful thinking kind of?
That's that's my top speed. My laser time was I ran I ran a 4.51, I think, on my laser. But I had ran, it was actually at the Under Armour All American camp that was in Nashville, but they
Mhm.
made me run it 3 different times.
Man, that's crazy fast, man. Is that
But
is that
stopwatch,
natural?
say that again.
No, I was gonna say, is that natural speed, or that's you've been working at your speed?
A lot of it came from CJ Baylor. We worked constantly, consistently all summer. That's what we worked on, because if you go run a good 40 time at college, though, that's automatically eye catching. You go
Mhm.
run a good 4.4, they're gonna automatically put their eyes on you.
I
So I
understand.
worked and built up for it.
Definitely, man. Yeah, and that speed definitely helps you at the DB position, man. You look get out there getting your interceptions and everything like that. Tell us, I was a former DB myself. Tell everybody why DB is the best position in football, or the hardest position in football.
That is DB is most definitely the hardest position, because I played both sides in high school. Majority of the time, you're playing backwards. Put it like that.
Mhm.
You have to run backwards, so you have to be really technical and actually know what you're doing and know the game. And your best friend is playing DB is your route tree. If you know the route tree, you can basically guard anything you want if you have the techniques to do so.
100%, 100%, man. You're a ball hawk out there, man. Tell us, how is that feeling for you when that ball's in the air and like, oh, I have an opportunity of getting this pick. Like,
Oh
what?
yeah, that's amazing. You like my first interception. I'm like, see, this year was my first interception, like playing. So boom, he ran the post. I'm like, see the ball up. I said, forget the DB. I'm gonna turn it into the receiver. I mean, forget the receiver. I'm gonna turn it into the receiver as a DB. So I automatically took my eyes off him and played the ball. And in the air, it was like, I got me a pick. I can't drop this, because in big moments you will get up there and freeze and you'll choke.
Yeah, see it all the time. Definitely see it all the time. But tell us a little bit about Oak Grove, man. What's the history behind Oak Grove? Can you tell us a little bit? I know you got a state championship. Tell us a little bit about the school, and listeners that don't know about the school, just give us a little history
Oak
lesson.
Grove is a great organization. Like, not just athletic, they will give you the academics and stuff like that. We're an A+ school, and a lot of people develop from Oak Grove and go to the next level to go do academic stuff, athletic wise, and it's not just. It's like another home. Like, they treat you like family there.
And how's the culture between players and coaches there?
It's great. Like I said, they make you feel like you family. They take you in as their own child. Like it ain't it's there's nothing but love ever grow.
100%. 100%. All right. Last question before, and I'll let Bacon take over from there. Um, as a DB, what is some of the your favorite attributes? Is it getting picks? Is it hitting? Is it like run defense? Is it just being in zone, being a man? Like, what's some of your favorite things as a DB?
I love covering. I love covering. Like if you gonna come out here and run around, we can go at it all day. And it's like I don't get tired from it. Like that, I can go to sleep doing that.
In man or zone?
Man, that's all we run is man.
Cover zero.
You said cover zero
all night.
earlier.
No, nothing over the top either. If you mess up, you bait. Ain't nobody gonna help you. So you gotta be actually legit to sit in the coverage that we run and play on our defense. You gotta come down and tackle. You gotta come down. You gotta be able to cover, and you gotta be able to run fit. If not, then you're just gonna be a waste to play on the defense.
You like to be under that pressure. You like to be under that spotlight.
Yeah,
All the pressure on you kind of thing.
yeah, I love that.
Definitely. All right, Bacon.
For sure, man. I know Coach Bailey. He's kind of like the head coach for Coach Line Star. Did you play for Coach Line Star at
Yes,
OT7?
no, I actually didn't play at OT7. I ain't go to OT7, but
Why not, brother?
I played at a couple tournaments.
Couple tournaments. Okay. Now, I want to flash you back to the Under Armour camp, man. You went up against some top level wide receivers, man. Just kind of take us inside your mind when you go to these showcases, man. Do you feel any pressure, or is it by now that I'm saying that the world is just full of camp showcases and 7-on-7 that you kind of like just regular day?
I ain't gonna say I felt pressure because I went out there with that mindset of ain't nobody gonna catch the ball on me. So in my head, I'm him. Like I'm not gonna let no receiver catch no football on me, especially if I'm at the Under Armour All American camp, knowing that it's thousands of people and coaches watching. So I'm like, boom, ain't nobody gonna be able to mess with me.
100%, brother. That's well said. You got to be confident in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody will, man. So keep that mindset. You work hard. You play cover zero every Friday. So, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you're big time. Nonetheless, you are underrated, in my opinion, at a 3-star, man. So go ahead, Naj. Go ahead.
Speaking on what you about to ask Bacon, what could we do to help maybe you out, Kesler? Obviously, I know you talked a lot about social media, but anything us like me, Bacon, Jerome could do to maybe help you out and push you out further where more eyes can kind of get on you?
I would say kind of push me on social media and push my name around and get my name rolling into different systems because, like y'all said, I am an underrated DB, and I believe so too, and I'm overlooked in my eyes. But it's all good. That's what I'm here for this season to make a statement and
Hey,
show the
man,
coaches who I am.
that cover zero clip, they're gonna go up there, dog. Believe that.
All right.
For sure. But you win the hottie toddy, you win the Ole Miss, man. You love the experience. It's 3 hours away. Just talk a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, what schools have been in most contact with you, and who's in the front runners to win the services of Mr. Kesler.
I have talked to Patrick Surtain at Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
He been in good contact with me. I talked to Coach Clark, which is at Memphis. All of them. I talked to. Let me see. I talked to Coach Gordon at Raging Cajuns. Southern Miss. I don't know what's up with them. And they in my own state. Own city actually. 5 minutes up the road. Really? But who be in most contact with me is Patrick Surtain from Florida State. We kind of building that relation. I've been talking to him for a minute. And that's about it.
Now you ain't talk to Coach TC?
Oh, sorry.
So just talk a little bit about you and Coach Surtain's relationship and what it's like about your game as well.
Like I said, we run that cover zero, and he tell me if you can play man, you can zone gonna come to you easy and stuff like that. But basically, he was telling me just keep working. He told me he was gonna come down and watch a football game because he actually invited me up there to their camp, and I think I ran a good 40 there. I think I ran probably we was laser time. I think it was a 4-4, it was a 4-5 flat.
That's break down, man. 'Cause running lasers, you know what I'm saying, is different from hand time. And you got to kind of come up, but just break down for the fellow athletes what you kind of got to do. What's the science to, you know what I'm saying, running a good laser time? And not just running fast, but it's also a technical thing too.
Yeah, for running your 40, you have to your first 10 steps have to be your best. Like your first 10 steps are everything. So and on that laser, when you move, clock running, so you can't make no false move, basically. So everything got to be on point. That's why you got to train for it. You ain't gonna be able to just go up and get on a laser and expect to run a 4.4 or 4.5 or something like that. You got to
100%.
be actually prepared for it. Like I said, at the Under Armour camp, like I was working all the way up because I had got invited prior, probably a month before that. I knew it was coming up, so I'm like, I got to get this 40 time down, stuff like that.
No doubt. Back to Florida State a couple more times, man. It's a little talk in the air. Coach Prime, he could be going out to Florida State, man. How do you feel about that? And is it in motion to kind of get official offer from Florida State, or you know what I'm saying, is
Man,
it
that's my
under
dream
wraps?
school, man. I'm working hard to get there. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm gonna get there. Matter of fact,
There it
I'm a
is.
December graduate too, so if I want that, I gotta go on and get that done now and get to working. But I ain't taking no days off and everything. I'm gonna leave everything in God's hand. God got a better place for me than I believe.
For sure, for sure. Last couple questions. We now throw it to the fellas before we wrap you up and get you on your way, brother. Graduated early in December, which means you take your academics very serious. It's a lot to balance, training and football, and so kind of how do you do it, brother?
I would say before I got on here, I was doing schoolwork, so I'm like,
Mm,
boom, I gotta let me stop the schoolwork and get on the interview. But really, like I said, Oak Grove requires a lot, so you gotta be actually on your work to play football. It's not like any other these other schools. If you ain't got the grade requirement, you ain't gonna dress out. You might not even travel to the game. Like they really be cracking down on the grades and stuff like that. But I say I'll probably my daily routine. I get up. I go for probably about a 2 mile jog. Stay in good shape so I won't get tired.
mm,
Because as a DB, you gotta run all night. No possible way you get tired. Boom, go to class, get my work done in school, go to practice, get out of school, go work out, hit the weights a couple times. I haven't been training like that because I've been in season and I be having to give my body rest and stuff like that to get ready for that Friday. But on the weekends, I go work out, do a little training and stuff like that.
for sure, brother. Great answer, brother. Last thing, man. What would your younger self be proud of you, and what would you currently tell your younger self?
I would say keep working. You gonna face adversity and can't let adversity stop you. So I don't feel like nothing's too big for me. So anything that I do, I feel like I can complete it. I can accomplish anything
What
because
was
I
the
done
biggest?
did it.
Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's it.
What was the biggest thing? What was the biggest adversity thing that you had to overcome to this point, and how did you do it?
I would say covering that I faced it, that was the biggest goal that I had to get down in order to become the starting DB at the 7A school, defending state championships 2024.
That's tough.
So I had to really just, like I said, put the work into it. It's day and night. It's not this stuff don't come over time either. You have to put the work in weekly, daily, nightly, all day in order to be what you want to be.
Great head on the shoulders, man. Go ahead. Whoever want to step up to the plate.
Yeah.
I'll go. Yo, Kessler, man, I've been seeing some of your picks and some of the celebrations that you had with some of your teammates after your picks. Tell me which one of your favorite celebrations you did this year.
I would say it was the one when I caught my first pick. I'm zoned out. I forgot the handshake on some stuff like that. But it was Jamar. It's my brother Jamar Pittman. He's a really good friend. I've been a friend since knee high. I would say we've been preparing for that handshake all season. That was first game when I got that pick. Summer prior to that, we gon' this our year. Like this our breakout year. We did this handshake and then we masked up and then we did the cut though.
Hmm, I like that. I like that. I think I've seen that one, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so out of your next pick that you're gonna get, man, can you give us a little sneak peek of what's your next celebration? Do you have anything ready yet, or
I already know what it is.
can you give us a little sneak peek? Or
Yeah, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like, hold on, let me show you.
yeah.
I'm gonna catch it. When I catch
TikTok
the
days.
trick, I'm gonna drop the ball and I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be on some stuff like that.
oh man, that's a kind of a controversial one that's coming out right now. But yeah, that's funny that you got to do that one. Hey man, you say FSU is one of the teams that you're trying to get to. They have a big game this weekend against Duke. No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, Duke. No, I'm sorry. SMU, sorry. They play SMU this weekend. Been struggling a little bit. Want to get your intake. Do you think they're gonna win this weekend? Give us a little game analysis on that one.
I feel like they're gonna have a big bounce back. Everybody is looking at Florida State like thumbs down, like they ain't gonna be nothing. And I feel like we in the same boat. Put it like that. It says, "Oh, girl, we in the same boat as Florida State." Everybody looking at us like we're pushover now because they what? Oh, and what?
0-3.
Oh, and
Yeah,
they 0-3. I feel like they're gonna get this game together. Like I said, it's lack. Everything is. They have a good problem of lack of discipline too. So everything really falls under the players doing. If they do what the coaches ask them to, I feel like they're gonna pull that game off because some of the teams that they play are not better than them. They just don't play that game. People getting in their head and letting social media get in their head and stuff like that.
in-state game. You got Ole Miss, and they're playing Kentucky. Pretty good game right there. Who you got in that one?
I like Ole Miss, man. Jackson Dart and Trey Harris, like that's a dynamic duo. I don't think nobody can stop it. I'm actually going to that game. I'm gonna be back
Nice.
down there again in attendance.
Awesome, man. All right, and then last question. In the state of Georgia, we got a big game: Georgia versus Alabama. I want to know who you got in that one. Now, be careful because we got some Alabama fans in here. I mean, Georgia fans in here.
If I'm being honest with you, I like Alabama. Honestly, I love Alabama.
Why is that?
I just feel like they got crazy athletes, defensive wise, offensive wise, and it's just I don't feel like Georgia got the matchups for it. They got the defense, but I don't think they got enough to stop their offense. Their offense crucial.
It's crucial.
All right, Nigel, I'll let you finish it off.
I don't got no questions. I do want to say I just shot you a follow, Kesler. So make sure, man, when you post stuff, if you got a huddle, I do film breakdowns, man. So definitely tag us on all your stuff, and we'll continue to try to push you out, for your senior before you end up making a decision, man. So just let us know again how we can help you, and we definitely want to get you out there.
All right, bet. Appreciate that, y'all.
Most definitely, man. Hey, man, thanks for hopping on with us, brother. We're definitely gonna flood the Twitterverse and social media verse with you, man. So, but keep working hard, man. We know you will, man. Stay in the books. You know what I'm saying? Keep the girls off your brother. I know that's hard, brother. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, have fun, man. And you know what I'm saying, and take one day out the week, this is 30 minutes to be a kid, but we know you're working hard for your dreams, and it's definitely gonna come true, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. I got you.
Be blessed, bro.
All right, y'all too.
All right, y'all. So we'll go ahead and put his information down below. So you guys can kind of subscribe to him and stuff like that, man. But that's Kesler Jenkins. We appreciate him coming on, sharing a little bit of time. Very smooth interview, about 33 minutes, man. So good job about it, fellas. That's some really good questions, getting to know him better, and at a good timing. You know what I'm saying? We get into the rest of our stuff, man. So last thing before we move on, just any closing thoughts on the interview?
Man, I think we learned a lot tonight, man. He like Florida State, Ole Miss has been at him hard. Southern Miss, what are you doing, man? I don't know if y'all think y'all too small of a fish in a big pond, but you definitely need to recruit your state. That's what I'm saying. That's why the biggest thing to come out of that has been Brett Favre. And unfortunately, Brett Favre announced today he had Parkinson's, despite what you may think about Brett Favre. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to have the Parkinson's disease. It's a very ugly disease, very nasty disease. We saw what it did to Muhammad Ali. So prayers up to him and his family in this time. But yeah, it's a great kid. Works hard, man. GPA 4.4 speed, man. Elite. Plays cover, man. Plays cover 0 all game. That's elite.
Yeah, it was a great interview, man. He seemed like a good kid. I like his mindset as of being want to be the guy, and he believes he's the guy, and he believes like he's the best in the business already. So I love that mindset. You gotta have that mindset as a DB because if you're weak minded as a DB, you can't be a DB, man. Because you're gonna give up touchdowns, you're gonna give up catches, you're gonna give up the long ball, but you gotta have a short mind. Still think, I'm still the best. I don't care if that one little incident just happened right now. Watch me go get a pick, and I feel like he got that mindset on him. So I like that about him for sure.
100%, man. Yeah, he definitely got a good mindset, good head on the shoulders, man. Great kid. So wishing nothing but the best, and hopefully we can help push him out there more and more eyes can see him with all the followers that we have, especially with Jay having 10,000. So hopefully that can help him out even more, man. But we're going to leave it there. Before we wrap up hitting the grid and we get into our basketball segment, let's go ahead and get our game picks in. I'm going to start with Jerome tonight. He picked 5 matchups. Bacon picks 5. I picked 5, and then we get into it, man. So I'm going to let Jerome go ahead and get it started.
Yes, best matchups of the week. I had to pick this one on there. You got Milton versus Signature, both undefeated teams right now. I'm still picking Milton, but I wanted to see what you guys pick because I know you guys like to switch up a little bit and things like that. I think Milton might be, if not the best, one of the top 3 teams in Georgia. So, and definitely nationally ranked team. They're really, really good team. They've been a good team for the last couple of years. So, want to see what you guys think on that one.
I think it's Milton across the board, G. Milton across the board.
I thought you said mop the floor.
Nah, hey, that too. Too.
I actually made a mistake. Singer is actually 4-1. I think they might have just lost their
Roswell.
They just lost to Roswell. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
M's up. S is down.
I'm on that same.
Jeez. All right, so y'all both going with Milton, sounds like?
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to put these picks in at the same time talking to y'all. Multitasking like a mug right now. I'm going with Milton as well. I think they're one of the best teams nationally. And I would love to see them play for a title. I feel like we haven't had a national team here in the state of Georgia since Travis Hunter and the Collinsville Eagles. So I'm hoping that they get a chance to play. I just think top to bottom, they're a great team. I got talked to Coach Reeves last week, and I highlight some of his players that are underrated, like Billy Wayvoda that nobody knows about, 3.5 sacks, class of 2026. That linebacking core that's really special. Adriel Benton, Hayden Tumania, Tristan Lester, TJ Lester, the running back. Like nobody talks about them. It always starts with CJ Wiley, Ethan Barbour, and then Luke Nickel, and rightfully so. Those are great players, but I feel like they're a well-rounded team. The cornerbacks are really elite. Tyler Redmond, Dylan Lewis, they're elite at nearly every position. They're a well-rounded team. So I think Milton wins that one pretty handedly, and they come out on top.
100%. All right, our next game is going to be Sequoia versus River Ridge. The 2 teams of 4-1 teams right now. Really good programs. I'm taking Sequoia. They have a little bit of a better track record on who they beat, so I'm going to take them. River Ridge had a good run, lost their first game, and been basically dominating ever since, putting up at least 39 points on each team, and only giving up the most out of those last 4 games is 17. So they're definitely a stingy defense, high-scoring offense. I think this Sequoia team might be a little bit better than them, so I'm going to pick Sequoia.
100%. I'm not liking that loss to Cherokee, but you know what I'm saying, we gotta create some headroom here. We were 4 games back, so sometimes you gotta gamble. I'm on River Ridge, man. Ours up.
River Ridge. Okay.
Ours
All
up.
right, so sorry, y'all give me 1 second. I'm trying to put all these in at the same time. All right, so Bacon, you said River Ridge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Jerome, you said Sequoia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll with Jerome. I think Sequoia can win this one as well. I know River Ridge has that quarterback, Ethan Spector, who's really good, a really good tight end that's committed to Georgia State. I like Sequoia in the way they can run the football with River Ridge, so I'm going to roll with them. I think they come out on top in a close win against River Ridge, so I'm going with Sequoia as well.
Nice. All right, next game will be Stockbridge, and Stockbridge will be playing Jones County. So I'm about to pull up this the records right now. So yeah, that's a really good game. I think it's going to be kind of a evenly matched kind of game. Let's see. Stockbridge is currently 4-1, so same as Jones County. Stockbridge lost their first game in the season to Dutchtown, but been playing pretty well the rest of the season, picking up a lot of points. Last game was against Madonna. It was 49-9. That was their last game. So picking up a lot of points, really good team. Jones County, again, 4-1. They played. Everything's a little slow. They played Woodland. Really good game against Woodland. Last game against Union Grove, there's 21-14, so there was an entire game. I'm still taking Stockbridge in this one. Really good team. Even though Jones County started off the game kind of like blazing, but I think like they kind of cooled off just a little bit at the end, just toward the closer end of the season. So.
Okay, so Rome is going with Stockbridge. All right, I'll start this one. The pick has been going up. This one's tough. I'm gonna go with Stockbridge too. They got a major matchup coming up. They got Ola in a few weeks. Ola's I think undefeated, or they might only have one loss, so that should be a top 10 matchup over there out there in the South Side. I definitely wish I could go to that game because I would. Nigel Newkirk's been tearing it up, but I'm gonna go with Stockbridge. They got a lot of pieces, man. I think he's still committed to Michigan. That safety, or linebacker Chase Taylor, that's really good. Safety hybrid. He's like a hybrid almost to a degree. He's probably gonna play star on the next level. But I think they're gonna have too much defensively, and I like the emergence of their quarterback, who Bacon's been all over ever since the spring and the summer. So I think they come out on top.
Yeah, man, I really want to go with Jones County because y'all picked Stockbridge, but I'd be a fool. Yeah, I'm riding with Stockbridge. Joshua Scott, 10 touchdown passes. They really got a lot of tweeners in the secondary, to be honest. But yeah, I think their versatility on defense is gonna throw Jones County for a loop. Obviously they haven't lost since week 1. You know, I like Coach Bam and that staff, so I'm gonna agree with y'all and pick Stockbridge.
All right, next game is gonna be Langston Hughes versus Noonan. Over there where you at, Bacon. I'm taking Langston Hughes in this one. I feel like they were a little bit more battle tested, even though both teams are 4-1. But I think they're more battle tested. I mean, they beat Westlake. They beat Mays. They was in a tight game against Douglas County. That game that Bacon was at, so he got to see that firsthand. I know you wasn't too hot on their quarterback, which right now I'm forgetting his name again. I'm sorry, guys. Langford. Yes, Langford. But I think they're gonna win this game. I just think that Noonan is not really battle tested, and this is the real first real big test. It did beat East. Coweta, East Coweta. That's it, right?
Longy.
Coweta.
Yeah.
Almost had it. But yeah, they did beat them. They're a solid team as well. But I just think Langston Hughes is a little bit more battle tested.
Yeah, I didn't hear it enough from you, Bacon, so I got the full pronunciation now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He made sure I got it right, so I didn't got it too much from him. So, but yeah, I think this game is gonna be closer than people think. Noonan is had one of their best starts under the current head coach right now. I think Ronnie Cole has been doing his thing this year, so I think it's gonna be a lot closer. But Christian Langford, speaking of, actually had a really good game against Dutchtown, 57-14 win. He had like 3 to 4 touchdowns in that one, so I think he's finding his groove. I don't know why. Coach Boone didn't trust him in certain spots in that game, but it's going to be important that they do. And I think everybody's asking who's going to challenge Milton in 5A. And I'm telling y'all keep sleeping on it. Hughes is going to be the team to be able to challenge. Defensively, offensively, they got it. When they went up against DC and they challenged them with their elite weapons and their running game was Marcus Lindley, like they got the squad to do it. I'm telling y'all, and them boys play different. So I'm going to roll with Hughes, but I'm not going to disrespect Noonan. I think Noonan will have a really good game. But I'm rolling with Hughes.
Ben Najee. But now I wouldn't say that I wasn't too hard on C5. I was just saying I just said I thought Coach Boone maybe didn't trust him as much. That it was both teams ran the ball a lot. I know was it wet that night? I think it might have been a little wet. Pause. Nonetheless, I'm saying they ran the ball a lot and they didn't took the ball out of C5's hands at times. But I'm gonna split hairs with y'all right here, man. I can't go against my hometown team, man. They all to a hot start, man, under a very good head coach, Coach Chip Walker, man. We all know did his thing over there at Sandy Creek. So it's gonna be evenly coached battle, man. Brody Campbell this year's got over 1,000 yards, only 2 interceptions, and we all know if you've been watching Newton football that what's that number 9? That Gus. People will know Gus Anderson's name by the end of this game. They got a lot of misfits in the secondary that's been playing well. And the Marion Nichols, you know what I'm saying? We call him Fat. We call him Fat down here in Newton, man. It's been on a tear, man. He's probably gonna pick up a lot of offers towards the end of this season. And we all know about Rodney Colton, the South Carolina Gamecock commit. So I'm gonna roll with Newton this Friday and hopeful game of the week. I wish I could be at this game. And I may have to talk to a parent like, hey man, let me get out of this one. Let's do another week. Because I gotta go show some love to my boys, man. So we'll see if Bacon will be on the scene, but I'm picking Noonan in a very tight contest.
Ooh. Spoiler. Hey, Bacon got to catch up, so he got to gain some weight some kind of way. All right, and then my last game will be Mill Creek versus Central Gwinnett. I think a lot of people are going to underestimate this game, to be honest. But Central Gwinnett is actually a pretty decent team, despite their 3-2 start. Mill Creek is 3-1, but I will still take Mill Creek in this one. Just looking at their games they had, their worst scoring game was against Norcross, and that was 21 points. So they scored more than 21 points in every single game. I just don't think Central Gwinnett can keep up with that. Again, I still think Central Gwinnett is a good team. They only lost to 2 solid teams, good teams, which is Collins Hill and Lowndes. But I need to see them beat some of these better teams because they got Mill Creek this week, and 2 weeks after that they got Beaufort. So we're gonna see how they do, but I'm still taking Mill Creek here.
Yeah, I think it's Mill Creek across the board, brother.
Yeah, Mill Creek, man, that'll be built. They got one of the best coaches in the game, and to Coach Josh Lovelady, not gonna be a comparison. Sorry, leave it at
Definitely. That. All right, cool. That's all my games. What you guys got?
Go ahead, Bacon.
I would say the high profile matchups for last. Lowndes versus Colquitt. Lowndes at Colquitt, excuse me. I think it's just Colquitt's game. Lowndes has been playing pretty well this season, but Colquitt is a different environment, man. It's a different environment when you go see the Packers. So I'm ride with the Colquitt kids.
Yeah. As for me, I think I'm gonna go with Colquitt as well. Lowndes is a really good team, 5-0. Some really good games. I think Colquitt is a little upset about that Lee County loss they had. They actually had another loss against let me see who it was. I forgot who it was. But Lowndes is a good team, don't get me wrong. And I think, they had some crazy games, like a 62-0 game against Mount Zion. But I just feel like this is a little bit better matchup for Colquitt. So I'm going to go Colquitt on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going upset. I'm going Lowndes, man. Lowndes, I think, is the better team. Aleem Brown, the senior running back, has been tearing it up this year. Jace Johnson is their sophomore quarterback, got 8 touchdowns this year. But remember, y'all, a lot of people forget they got a state championship winning coach in Adam Carter, who was formerly of Grayson. I think that matters, and I think I know a lot of people are high on Colquitt. I don't see it. Respectfully, I don't see it. So I'm rolling with Lowndes. I think they come out on top. It's not to say Colquitt's not a playoff team, but I just think that Lowndes is going to be more physical and they're going to be able to handle their business. So I got Lowndes coming on top.
I understand.
Their other loss was to North Gwinnett, who me and Naj is very high on. So
I'm high on him, bro. Don't do me like that, G.
No. I'm not saying you're not high on, but we had that pre-game thing where we both say we think North Gwinnett is going to be a really good team. So I mean to exclude you, brother.
Nah, you get out. Moving on, some more home cooking for Bacon, man. Northgate versus McIntosh.
I like what you did there.
I'm gonna roll with McIntosh, man. Northgate has not looked good. Now they played decent last week, but they did question mark for me, as I've said before, it's just the quarterback situation. They got a lot of athletes around there, but if you can't have somebody who can distribute the ball efficiently or effectively, that's gonna be a problem. And McIntosh, I think they're gonna be a little bit more of a well-oiled machine, for lack of better words. So I'm gonna ride with McIntosh in this matchup.
100%. Yeah, I'm going McIntosh as well. Northgate is not a really good team right now, unfortunately. They are coming off a huge win for themselves, going against Banneker, which is huge for them. But I just think that it's just rough for them right now. They're not putting up a lot of points. 22 points is the highest they've done all week. I mean, all season. But we got 14, 0, 0, and 14 to start the season. Maybe they might be a little bit too high off of that, first win of the season kind of thing. I'm taking McIntosh.
Yeah, McIntosh across the board. Just too many weapons, too many good players. Max Dykeman, the 6'8", defensive end/edge. I got Evan Ward, who's another dominant edge/linebacker for them. Offensively, Hollis Davis, and they can run the ball. I'm going with McIntosh and winning big in that one, 14+.
That's a stiff drink. At the bar. Moving on, Ola. This is a good one. Ola versus Union Grove. I'm gonna have to roll with Ola, man. That backfield is probably one of the best in the state. So I think Ola's gonna run that ball down that throat, man. Pause again, but I think Ola here.
Oh man, you're funny with your pauses today, man. Yeah, Ola, 5-0 team, undefeated, going against the Union Grove, 3-2. Union Grove losses were against Upson Lee, and then just lost to Jones County, what we just talked about a little bit earlier. Some good opponents right there. They had some pretty good wins against, Madonna and Woodland a couple of weeks ago. So I think I'm taking Ola as well. I just think they got a lot better wins too. Trinity Christian to start the season, Jones County, which was a really close game, and then Eagles Landing last week in a blowout. So I'm gonna take Ola as well, but they gotta watch out for them 7-3 wins, man, because they got 2 7-3 wins. That's low scoring in that one. So we'll see.
Yeah, they got a good defensive team as well. Ola does run the ball a lot. I'm going with Ola. Big time win for them.
There it is. So we talked about Upson Lee a lot. This and then maybe the other matchups with Jay, but Mary Persons versus Upson Lee. Upson Lee, they're very solid defensively. I just think Mary P is more of a complete team, top to bottom. Got some solid receivers on the outside, and I'm not sure if Upson Lee is going to be able to cover those young men. So I'm gonna roll with Mary Persons. I'm thinking 28-14.
Good. Mary Lee Persons is the 3-1 team. Upson Lee is a 2-3 team. Mary Lee Persons, man, they're a scoring team. They can score the ball. Yes, they just lost to Troke County. So I know a lot of people probably thinking, oh, man, they're down and out. But really good team. I think that's maybe just a little bit of hiccup on their schedule. You can also say, Lee has some tougher opponents. They had some really good games. Sandy Creek was one of them. Just lost to Whitewater last week. But I'm going to go with Mary Persons as well. It just seemed like a well-run team, especially on offense. And don't give up a lot of points on defense either. So a great recipe for that team.
Same thing, Mary Persons. I'm rolling with them. Upson Lee. They're 2-3. They were in my rankings at one point, but got them falling down. I think Mary Persons just has too much offensively for them to stop, including the ground game as well. I think it's going to be a tough matchup for Upson Lee. So I'm rolling with Mary Persons.
Big sleeper team in 3A, even though they did just lose to Troop County. I ain't going to say big sleeper team, but They're a team that people need to pay a lot more attention to in 3A. Moving on, this is game 5 for me. North Clayton versus Stevenson. Real quick, Naj, you know the name of that quarterback? From North Clayton. I got you right quick. Hold on. Where's SB? SB. Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you tuning in, but we got to get this man some shine. J Money is his _ J Money. Justin Murphy, North Clay, man, class of 2027. Quarterback, man, has been doing his thing. Has not been get a lot of people talking about him, man. I'm talking about him. I'm going to pick North Clay in this matchup. Big offensive lineman, but he's been doing his thing. I'll grab some stats by the time these two brothers get done picking. But North Clayton here, I just think Stevenson is they're not gonna have enough offensively to keep up with this offense at North Clayton. So my pick's in.
Yeah, this is going to be a good game. Both teams are doing pretty well. Stevenson is 2-3, and North Clayton is
3-2.
3-2. So this is going to be a make it break it team for one of these teams. I'm going to take North Clayton as well, though.
All right, I both got North Clayton. I'm going to go with the defensive line. That should be one of the better ones in our state. I'm rolling with Stevenson. I know North Clayton got that big offensive lineman that's highly ranked in 2027 class, so currently a 4-star. But I think Stevenson with KJ Green, man, they should be able to make some noise, man. I'm going to go with Stevenson with a big upset here and be one of those disagreement kind of games for us, one of those big deciders.
That's the one that plays offensive line and defensive line too?
Clayton, I believe, yes. Stevenson, no.
Gotcha. Yes. I can't. Is it Marcus Andrews? That's what you didn't say Marcus Andrews, did you?
No.
He's also another one watching that offensive line. He also plays center for the Jaguars. Man, he's somebody to watch as well. He was at the Rising Senior Showcase that Minority Coaches Association of Georgia puts on every year. So want to shout out Mr. Andrews, but there is no stats on North Clayton's Max Preps page. This is why, Coach, you gotta get those stats in so we can vocalize these stats for these players. But nonetheless, that's my last game. So we're gonna pass it to Mr. Naj here for the big time matchups this Friday.
For sure. And that was Kelsey Adams, who I was referring to, Bacon, the 27 class.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. The offensive lineman. All right, man. So we'll get it going and wrap us up here before we get to hitting the three-man weave. We're going to go with Grayson Newton. It's going to be televised on GPB. I'll get this one started for us. I'm rolling with Grayson. I think they're chronically underrated. I feel like every time I've seen them, they play good. They have some quality wins on their schedule, beating a really good Thompson team. I think who only has one loss all year. Defense only allowed 7 points in that game. I know it says 14, but another one was a fumble return for a touchdown. Like I said, Deuce Smith, who I shout out first and foremost. He had 5 touchdowns in that game. So I feel like they have a good depth at the quarterback spot. That would be just fine if they needed somebody to fill in. The running back game is good. They got 3 talented runners, Joel Bradford, Ashton Turner. They just got so many dudes all over the field. And the receiving core that nobody talks about, Alexander Sanchez, Jonathan Stafford, Aiden Taylor. They're loaded, man. They got a really good coaching staff. I'm rolling with Grayson in a big win for them.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I'm going Grayson as well, man. I can't go against the boys. Newton didn't have any quality wins, in my opinion. They had a lot of points in some of the games, but I don't think they had a lot of quality wins, in my opinion. Grayson just looks better, after that close loss to Collins Hill. They had a close win against Thompson, who's a really good team out there in, I believe it's Alabama. And then been rolling ever since. So I think they're going to go undefeated the rest of the season, and I'm taking them for this game. So
100%, man. You got to roll with Grayson here. I know Newton has a very good secondary, but when you place a team like Grayson that's very well rounded, been very complete, I think it's going to be tough to contain the offense as a whole. And I want to shout out Michael Kyles, man. He got in the game. Got a little tick, man. Got a little pass off 1 for 3. So that's valuable varsity rep for him. Got a little rushing yard, got a little rushing attempt as well. So definitely want to shout out Mr. Fox. But yeah, I think he's big Grayson, big Rams.
All right, so all of us are going with Grayson, so I'll keep it going. Another big game down south, all the way in Valdosta. They're going to host Camden County with Elias Williams, who's one of the best receivers, best tight ends, whatever you want to call them, best athletes, best freaks in the country. They're going to go up against them, a team that's averaged, I believe, 50 points a game. Valdosta has looked good as well with Todd Robinson, who's another Mr. Georgia watch list candidate, has been doing their thing, man. So for me, I think it's going to be a close one. Region opener for both teams. Both of those regions are going to be crazy down there and down south, including with the Lowndes, and obviously Colquitt. But I'm going to roll with Valdosta with the big win for Coach Shelton Felton.
Oh, man. I got to split hairs and pick Camden. I'm going Camden.
I thought I was going to be the only one. I'm going Camden as well. Valdosta is a really good team, man, and I think that Camden County has some solid wins as well. I just looking at I think Camden County's defense is just really good defense. I think they're going to be able to hold them. It's going to be a close game. I'm going to give a slight edge to Camden, so I'm going to say Camden this one.
You don't want to see me gain no ground, folks.
All right, fellas, we'll keep it rolling. Another high-key matchup. You got Thomas County Central versus Lee County. I'm going to let Bacon open this one up.
Yeah, man. I know Lee County's got Mr. Cromar, but Thomas County Central is going to be – they're going to be one of those teams in 4A? 5A. 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 Well, they're going to be one of those teams. I'm running with Thomas County Central right here. Go Jackets.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Great.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm with Bacon. I'm rolling with them as well. I mean, until somebody knock them off, they did finish state champions for a reason, man. So, really good head coach and Justin Rogers, man, does some outstanding work down there. They're just always a well-coached team, and it feels like they always can fit in their ancillary weapons and pieces in good spots, man. So, love Lee County, love head coach Dean Fabrizio, Usman Kroma, who's also an elite running back. Not saying I don't believe in Lee County. I have them number 6 for a reason. I want to see them play a formidable opponent. This is a formidable opponent. So this is going to have a lot to do with the rankings. If you guys did not know, before I talked to Jerome, Usman Kroma is committing this week. I feel like I know where he's leaning, but I'm going to keep it to myself. But he's committing this week between Georgia, Tennessee, Auburn. I think Penn State's in there as well. But he is committing this week, so watch out for that.
Go Dogs. Real quick. Who did they play in the state championship last year?
They were 6A.
Nobody can remember. 6A?
No, Coffee played Stockbridge in 5A.
Mm-hmm.
Woodward. Remember that's supposed to be DC. Supposed to be DC.
Yes. That's why nobody can remember. No, respectfully. But I've asked a lot of people like, man, I can't remember. But yeah, sorry. Sorry, all Woodward watchers.
I thought I was gonna be the only one on this one too. When I seen this game, I'm like, all right, everybody's gonna pick Lee. I'm picking Thomas County as well. Lee County, don't get me wrong, really good team. I just think they rely on the running game a little bit too much. I think Thomas County has what it takes to stop the running game. Really good defense, man. And looking at the matchups, I just think that Thomas County have a little bit more juice as far as, being able to stop Horsma and everything. So, and when I say stop, I don't mean like stop him completely. I mean more like contain him to the point where he's not taking over the game. So I'm taking Thomas as well.
Over under 100 yards for Osman Kromar.
Oh, he's still gonna get over. He's still gonna get over. It's just more to the point of containing him to the point where he's not taking over the game and getting like 3 or 4 touchdowns,
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So, all right, y'all. Last two before we wrap up. About 2 minutes left in this segment. Jonesboro versus Central Carrollton. I'll start this one up. Central Carrollton, I'm rolling with. I love Jonesboro. Shout out to Jeremiah Collier, who I had the story on his commitment to Cincinnati. First one of their class of 2026. We know how elite that class is, not for Jonesboro, but for Cincinnati. I like their team. I know obviously don't have Jamar Owens anymore, but they have a really good head coach and Coach Floyd, really good recruiting coordinator and Coach Syrup, Coach Carmichael. But I'm going to roll with Central Carrollton, man. That offense is fiery, bro. They got Joe Nas, and then J.R. Harris, man, is one of the best quarterbacks in 2027 class. I'm rolling with the Lions out on top.
Yeah, man, you gotta go Central Carrollton here. Just gonna be too much less. I hate to like to call him Jontavious Wyman. Unless he just had 3-4 pick sixes, 3 pick sixes in this game, it's gonna be might be a little lopsided, but nonetheless, go Cardinals.
Yeah, this is a rough one, man. Love you, Jonesboro, but I think it's gonna be Central as well, man. So we're going across the board. So Central just have better wins against quality teams. Jonesboro, I worry about their offense. I never worry about the defense. More worry about their offense, and I think that the offense gets off the field too fast, which doesn't allow the defense to get really rest, which kind of hurts them in a lot of ways. Jonesboro had to figure out how to sustain some playing some time, on offense, so the defense don't get all worn out. It is a really good defense, but I think Central is going to take this away, man.
Facts. Definitely a player to watch is Dakari Farley. So go ahead, Nash.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just wanted to shout out Dakari Farley. He's been making some noise this season, and he's definitely gonna be somebody to watch. That's number 19 in white. If you're gonna be tuned in.
There you go. There you have it, y'all. All right, last pick before we wrap up. You got Savannah Christian, one of the best defensive fronts we have here in the state. With a Damian Guyton. Y'all know how I like to say his name. Guyton. Going up against Blessed Trinity, DJ Jacobs, Elijah Griffins. A lot of studs in this matchup, boy.
Facts.
Popcorn ready, man. Be able to watch. Just watch the show. That's all I'll say. If you ain't got nothing to do when you waiting for Georgia, Bama, this is a good one to watch on Friday night on Picture Sports Network. Okay. I'm rolling with Savannah Christian, man. Zoe Smalls has been tearing it up. I think he got nearly 1,000 yards already this season. But the matchup, Blessed Trinity has not given up 50 rushing yards all year. That's insane stat. But they gotta have the test work cut out. I'm rolling with Savannah Christian, man.
Is it me?
Yes, sir.
Is this mic on? Is this mic on?
Go ahead, bro.
I'm going. I didn't want to go for. I don't even want to go second because I'm actually going with Blessed Trinity on this one.
Good. I love it.
I'm going
I just separation.
I like the games that they play, man. Not giving up a lot of points in a lot of the games. The good teams like Prince Ave, Milton, Hebron last week. They played tight games and yes, they lost to Milton, but it was a two touchdown game. Milton be running that score up, So it was a solid game for them, man. And I want to say Blessed Trinity has a lot of good players on their team. Savannah does as well. They're undefeated. Don't get me wrong on that. I just think, I think Blessed Trinity is going to surprise them a little bit on this one. And like Nas said, the running stat is insane. So, you have to establish the run. If I just hope that Savannah don't give up the run once they notice that, oh shoot, they are real serious about not giving up yards on the run. Savannah will definitely have to be disciplined on keep running the ball so they can set up the play action. Because if you start becoming one dimensional, I think this Blessed Trinity team is gonna get you, and I think that's gonna be the key. So, I'm going with Blessed.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Savannah. I'm gonna roll with the Raiders, Savannah Christian Raiders. They got not only do they have LaDamian guy, but they got Elijah Griffin. I think Mr. Zoe. I think he's gonna get off. I think that under 50 yard rush thing is gonna go out the window this week. And I need to gain some ground on Jerome because he's got the lead. But I honestly think this is gonna be a good matchup. Just gonna be who wants it more. You got big time players on the line of scrimmage. But the boys down there in Savannah, they get out the mud a little different. So I'm gonna roll with the Savannah Christian Raiders.
Certainly. Well, guys, that's all the time that we got. Appreciate you guys tuning into this segment, right? The game picks, man. And remember that the winner, again, will be able to get treated to whatever spot they choose and a free dinner on the fellas.
PF Chain.
PF Chain, might be Benihana's. Hey, Twin Peaks.
Hey guys, I'm expensive, okay?
Chill out, bro.
Hey, you never know. You never know. But I hope you guys are entertaining and you like this stuff. Again, comment your picks below if you're watching on Instagram X, or Twitter. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, this podcast is powered by Phenom. Use that promo code ITH Football up top for 10% off all items. But I'm going to throw it to Bacon for the three-man weave before we get out of here for the night.
Most definitely, ladies and gentlemen, this is the best segment not only known to man, woman, pet, and all the above, man. This is where we talk basketball. This is where we talk hoops, and we know the season is season is around the corner, and the WNBA playoff, the W, if you will, the playoffs are going on right now. And once Jerome shares my screen, we're gonna take a live look. Sorry about the skims. Live look. Skims, but those are all WNBA athletes. I believe you got what's her name? Skylar Diggins is in there. We got the point guard for the Aces.
I'm not mad at it.
Hey,
just saying, I'm not mad at it.
Man, they see it all on Twitter. But yeah, we're gonna take a live look at this close game, man. I you know, in the Dream they lost. If you looked at the score, it was kind of deceiving. The Dream cut the game one deficit to 5 points heading into the fourth quarter, but the Liberty they just outmatched them. Anytime Ryan Howard struggles as she did in game one, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for the Dream to catch up. So we're looking live look, right? Brianna Stewart, Stewie. She has 11 points. Jonquel Jones, man, she's a lead as well. She's lead. Oh no, excuse me. Sabrina Onescu is lead the Liberty with 24 points. 3 for 3 from the free throw line. 3 for 9 from 3. So, you know what I'm saying? They're doing a decent job in holding the Stewie down. She got 11 shots. Doing a decent job of deferring her, making her give up the ball. How many assists does she have? She has 2 assists. That's tough. Now let's look at the Dream here. This is going to be the telltale. Where's Miss Ryan Howard? Did I go past her? Yes, I did. She got 15. She's 7 for 11. The Dream going to be in this one tonight. Nas Hamilton, how much she got? 8 total rebounds, 7 on the defensive end. She's doing her job. Tina Charles has been just doing Tina Charles things, man. One of the most elite WNBA players of all time. 3 assists. That's tough. 5 rebounds, doing her thing. 4 for 9 from the field. Let's look at Miss Alicia Gray. What's her 3-point percentage looking like? 4 for 6. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie now, ladies and gentlemen. She's doing her thing. Letitia, she ain't been getting a lot of burn. She got a lot of burn. Game 1 versus the Liberty. But when you see Ryan Howard doing her thing, Alicia Gray knocking down shots from deep, as you can see, it's close right now, 64-65. I like the Dream in this one. It's a 3-game series. I like this one with the Dream to push it on to an elimination game. I believe it'll be in Atlanta. So if it's in Atlanta, I like the Dream's chances to possibly upset the Liberty here. And I think the Liberty are the number 1 seed, well, obviously, because the Dream are the 8th seed. So it's just going to be big, man. Big for Mr. Nisha Wright and the city. But fellas, have y'all been keeping up with the W? And I'm saying, what's your thoughts? You know what I'm saying? I just kind of broke it down in a Bacon way, but what do you guys think about this matchup?
Shout out to the Dream for just being able to compete in battle, right? Liberty is one of the best teams, right? They made it to the finals last year. Sabrina Onescu, right? Brianna Stewart. Their front court is one of the best ones you'll see. And then guard play, I mean, that's tough to stop, right? With shake it back with Onescu, her ability to stretch the floor, one of the best snipers and shooters we have in the WNBA. So credit to them. The question is, can they steal this game on the road? As you alluded to, 65-64, Liberty get back into it. But if you the Dream, if you can steal this game and go back home, you feel pretty good about your chances to potentially, I don't want to say win it all or anything like that, but you can pull off upset here and have 2 games that you're building. So for them, this game is important. You want to get back into it. Tina Charles been doing her thing, but can they pull it off is the biggest question. But W's been great. I thought game 1, I watched Caitlin Clark a little bit. She did good with not turning over the basketball. They struggled, obviously, because Connecticut Sun as a team that she started with in the regular season, lost to and lost them again. They're just such a well-rounded defensive veteran-led team. Mm-hmm. So it's tough to kind of beat them. But, it's for real when you're watching WNBA and NFL is going on. That was me this weekend. So that says a lot because usually my Sundays are only for football. But I was watching both at the same time. So that goes to show you the growth of the sport, how much I'm into it. They probably got to, get off to a faster start against the Connecticut Sun, and be able to kind of control the game a little bit more. Leah Boston, getting her a little bit more involved, more touches, I think, in order to have a better chance of slowing down the perimeter. I think it's Sabrina Mabry, might be her name. trying to slow her down on the perimeter because she can snipe with some of the best of them as well. So it's been great so far. Fortunately, Sky didn't get in, but as you guys saw with Angel Reese, he said they will be back in 2025, and they're definitely gonna make the postseason. So it's gonna be interesting, I think, and I love that these girls, some of these rookies and young players are getting their first playoff experience. So it's only gonna help them going forward, especially with the expansion of the league. I think they're gonna have 3 new teams making by the end of 2026. Toronto, I think Seattle just got a team, and I think it's one more. So I have been following it.
No, you're right. Yeah, that's very true. So I mean, I think the Fevers. I don't think the Fever are going to get a game. The Connecticut Sun, like you said, they're very, very not elder led, but veteran led. I just don't think I don't think that backcourt for the Fever is going to have a chance to get off. Man, they're gonna run them young. They're gonna run them off the 3-point line. That's just what veterans do. They're gonna take away what you do best. Alyssa Thomas, not De'Erica Hamby. What team? De'Erica Hamby plays for? I think Dallas. I might be wrong. It might be Phoenix Mercury. I'm thinking about the other veteran scorer right now. I cannot remember her name, but I'm pretty sure the Sun are gonna sweep the Fever. The interesting one is probably the Vegas and the Storm. I think it's gonna be a sweep there too. What you think, Naj?
Which one?
Vegas Aces versus the Seattle Storm.
I think the crazy thing with that one is I'm trying to remember the outcome. I know one of those teams came back in that game 1. If I'm not mistaken, I think Seattle led for a lot of that game, and then Las Vegas was able to come back. But yeah, Seattle Storm got an uphill climb. They do have some good veteran leadership in that backcourt with some of their key players. But AJ Wilson is one of the best players in basketball when you come and look at it. And she looked like she's going to be on the way to the MVP. But Jewel Lloyd, Skylar Diggins-Smith, you need them to kind of pop off for you in the backcourt if you're going to have a chance. And you got to find a way to slow down the second chance opportunities of Asia Wilson if you can, who obviously is a great rebounder and a great finisher around the rim and can stretch the floor. So she's just an all-around great player. But yeah, I think Aces will probably pull this out. I think the Storm could maybe still win at home, and they probably win this series 3-1 or something like that.
That takes us to the Mercury versus the Minnesota Lynx. They won in a close one, 95-102. Let's take a look here. Miss Collier, she had 38, was on fire, 11 for 19. Almost shot 60% from the field, 92 from the free throw line. Kelly McBride also did her thing as well, perfect night from the free throw line. So this is a very good free throw shooting team. That's what you need down the stretch during this time of year. The veteran, the legend, Deanna Taurasi. I know I'll say legend, I'm going to say the icon, Deanna Taurasi. Natasha Cloud, one of the best point guards in the league, led the way with 33 points. I mean, so this is definitely the most interesting one right here. I think this is probably going to be the one that goes down to the wire. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if this is going to be Taurasi's last year, but it's possible. She may come back for one more, and I know just her fire, her grit, her determination is not going to let this team go down 0-3. So that's probably going to be this one, and the Dream versus the Liberty is probably going to be the one that goes down to the wire. Let's check back in on the Dream before we segue out. Still a 1-point game, 69-70. Still in the third quarter. So once you get done watching us, you definitely need to tap into the Dream versus the Liberty for sure. But moving on, segueing into, let me see. Let me just pull up the, here we go. I'm finna share my screen one more time, Jay. We're gonna look at the top players in all of high school basketball in the state of Georgia, courtesy of Mr. Kyle Sandy. And we were talking about the women, so we're gonna stay right here in WBB. And we're gonna take a look. Am I shared? Let me go back. I am shared. All right. Top point guards in Georgia, Aubrey Beckham, no secret. Hebron Christian, we know what type of program that is, nationally ranked. Followed by Haley Swain, man, who's a Stanford commit, still locked and loaded, even though their coach decided to retire. Who's also out there is what's her name? Courtney Ogden, another big time Georgia player who graduated last year, went to Westminster. Sophia Pearl, Carrollton. Once again, is gonna be a powerhouse. They got a lot of good girls on this list. Does anybody jump out to y'all that we need to give some shine to?
Thing at number one, I don't know if you talked about her, but Aubrey Beckham, she's
Yeah.
elite, man. Talk
Yeah.
about floor general, right? Knows where to go with the basketball every time. Makes good reads. Can stretch the floor. Like she's a very complete point guard. So no surprise that she's at number one. Haley Swain of obviously Holly Anderson is another really good player. Love the way that she can get to the rim, finish around the basket through contact as well. She's a very special player. Mia James is another one at number 15. She is very elite as well. That's what I said. That's why Hebron Christian won a state championship last year. They just have so many great players that just complement each other well. She's also very, very, very special as well. And then London Walker, she doesn't get a lot of praise, but number 8 of Milton, her ability as well. Really good ball handle, right? Good pick and roll player. Just one of the better ones that's not talked about enough.
Most definitely, yes. I would say this about Miss Swain. She's a very electric, very tough to guard, and has been knocking down a 3-point shot a lot more consistently going from the off season into this year. So that's definitely something to look out for. Moving down to the shooting guards, Mimi Whitehead has been rated the number 1 shooting guard by Kyle Sandy of Archer High School. I don't know too much about her right now or a lot of women on this list, but so give me some time, and we'll give you a breakdown on the majority of them, especially Miss Deesa Stinson out of Northgate High School, right in my backyard. So I'm definitely gonna go check her out, see what she's all about. It's a program that's on the rise, boys and girls. I see we got Chloe Evans of Mays High School as an APS school. Definitely want to shout them out. Kayla Whitner, Woodward Academy. I mean, what I'm saying, girls sports is on the rise. I mean, it's been a very good product. We're just seeing, I guess, just a lot more athleticism, a lot more skilled. So I think it's gonna be a lot more attention, right? Just on the WBB side, especially on the GHSA level. What you got, Nash?
Yeah, I agree, man. It's rising everywhere. Flag football is a great mention of this as well, with how great they are. A couple players on this one. Kayla Whitner of Warwick Academy. Every year they produce really great players. Got a really good coach in Kim Lawrence. They also have another, I believe she might be a junior this year, 2026. I believe so. But they got a really good player, another really good guard. They got a chance to see her when she was young, playing with Woodward Academy when they went up against Lovejoy, and she was doing her thing when they're in the same region. So Cameron Herring, I think is her name. She's a very special player. I think she might be small forward, maybe potentially, but she's very special. Along with obviously Kayla Whitner, Woodward Academy, they're going to be pretty good again this year, I think. And those two, kind of in that same court together. Tough tandem to stop. And the other one on here, Sloan Vick of Harrison. She doesn't get enough credit at shooting guard. Create her own shot, finish around the rim, things like that. But another really, really good player.
Well said, brother. Well said. Like your acumen, bringing in the coach's name, that's very official, sir. Moving on to the small forwards, Jocelyn Fajon of Langston Hughes. Just one of many at Langston Hughes. Man, they run a tight ship over there. Real good program. Avonia, not sure how to pronounce her last name. I'm going to try though. Janokovic. Outside of Trinity Christian, Lady Grooms. If you know the Grooms' name, her daughter is at Georgia Tech. A part of that, freshman 3, freshman 4, I think freshman 3. But she runs a real good program, former WNBA player. So that's definitely gonna be somebody to watch. Top 4, small forward. That wing position is like a gold mine in this WBB right now. It's a lot of big wings doing their thing. So expect in-depth coverage on that young lady. But definitely gotta go see Miss Faison. Who else stands out to me on this list? And Naj, if you see somebody, don't hesitate to jump in.
Number 3, London Weaver. She is elite. She won, I think it was might have been Region 8, but I know she won 6A Player of the Year for her region. I think she won Offensive Player of the Year again for her region. They got all the way to the state championship before losing to Maris and Kate Harpering So North Forsyth is a really good team. I tried to get them into Corky Kell. They wanted to do that Saturday. I couldn't get them in because we were already filled, but a really special group. I wanted to see up close and personal. And Weaver is actually committed to University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. So she is a very special player as well. Ava Andrews is another one of North Paulding. Really good small forward, really good front court player, really good defender as well. I think that's an underrated part of her game. So she is another really good player as well. Makina Nix at number 9 of Temple, another really good player for their program. We don't hear about them a lot, but what she's able to do, just being able to guard multiple positions, her ability in transition, she is a very talented player as well. Those are a couple that kind of caught my eye from this list.
100%. Before we move on, I want to shout out number 10 on this list, Megan Andonde. Fayette County, they keep it. Well, I'm saying the past couple of years, I'm not gonna say the whole time, because I don't know for sure. But Fayette County girls made some noise last year in the playoffs, so she's gonna be somebody to watch as well. Moving on to the power forwards, no surprise here. Danielle Osho, another Hebron Christian product. I'm not too sure about her game, but just looking at her build, man, she's got to be somebody that's down there grabbing all the rebounds, going back up. Probably got some solid, probably elite footwork to be number 1. So shout out to her. Akila Shelton Hardaway of Columbus. They're a very tough group. They've had a good girls basketball program for a while now. Cassidy Neal of Baldwin, that's a South Georgia team. Always around that Final Four conversation when was it March? When March comes around, Maya Holmes, Carrollton, expecting to be dangerous this year as they were last year in the playoffs for 6A. Amila Bassett, St. Francis, also another historic program. This is very well coached bunch as well, very gritty. They can get into you, you know what I'm saying? They kind of press you all the way up the court. But that's my expertise right there. So I'm going to pass it on to the guru, Mr. Wilkins.
Yeah, man. So this is another good list. Kayla Cleveland recently committed. I cannot find her Twitter, but she's another special player. River Ridge should be back into form this year as a region kind of realigns and things like that. But she's special. I got to figure out where she committed. I couldn't find it on the internet, but she's committed to a D1 program. Daniel Oshu, obviously, of Hebron Christian, is another special player. Kayla can extend as well, has really good range, really good mid-range game that's very underrated as well, and can defend at a high level. River Ridge is a well-coached team and a good program overall, so love them. Justice Fitzgerald, I got to see her for the first time last year in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic for basketball, and she really, really surprised me. She was kind of they had a really good guard in Janai Akins, but she was a player they used a lot in the post down below, and they didn't have any answers in their matchup when they played. I forget who it was. Can't think of the top of my head, but she was unstoppable. She's a special player as well. So love to see her getting a little bit of shine by Kyle here. Cassidy Neal, I think, is a little underrated at 14. I think she should be a little bit higher. She's a really good defender, kind of the bruiser than enforcer for that Baldwin team who finally won a state championship this past year for their head coach. Love what she's able to do around the rim, block shots, rebound at a high end level. I think she's a little bit low, in my humble opinion, but she can bring a lot also as well. And then Joanna Porter is another really good player I like to see on this list as well, number 7. Pretty good spot for her where she's at. Definitely love what she's able to do on both ends of the floor. So those would be a couple that kind of catch my eye.
100%. I also want to shout out, I'm surprised we don't see Michaela Taylor of Langston Hughes on this list. Georgia Tech commit. But before we move on to the last position for center, I just want to get your opinion, if you can, not opinion, but just your insight on the Dave Hunter Classic. If you can share any insight, I know it's still early.
It is very early. What I will say, I won't reveal the matchups just yet, but I'm working towards it. I had 2 lined up already done for that Friday night and then Saturday, but apparently I got to find 2 more. So if anybody's watching this and they want to participate, please let me know. I'm trying to get Cedar Grove in there and Green Forest Christian. I reached out to both. I think that would be a great matchup, seeing those 2 go at it. Manny Green just picked up another offer today that I saw. I sent him a personal DM, so hopefully he can get back to me with his head coach. Would love to feature their program in there. But know that there are, I think it's 3 state champions that are in there. A couple from one from 6A, I think one from 5A, And then the girls state champion is in there as well. So try to feature some of the best, the creme de la creme, to show the state off. I don't feel like basketball gets featured enough. Sandy does a good job. On the Radar does a good job. Relentless Hoops, all of them do a fantastic job. But I think with us having a lottery pick every single year, darn near, it needs to be featured more and on TV and in big spots. So that's what I kind of got now. Should be released here soon. But Bacon, if you can come, please definitely come. It's going to be some top end talent, man, and you'll have exclusive access. And nobody is besides our clips. Nobody's really going out there and getting clips of the players and sharing it on social media, man. So that'd be some good shine for them, and another way for you to continue to build relationships with basketball players on a high school level, and they definitely could use it, man. So trying to bring the top end matchups in there.
Sure, brother. If you need that Trinity Christian contact, you let me know, brother. We definitely can make that work. But we can definitely flood it, man. I'm not saying I bring people together, but I know it's a lot of hungry basketball videographers. I know if I put it out there right, they're definitely gonna be blowing y'all up. So we just try to make that a packed event, the Dave Hunter Corky Kell Classic for basketball. And moving on to the ladies for the center, Jessica Fields of Mount Perrin. That is a very good program.
You in this program.
What's up?
I feel like you've been watching too much JD Piquet.
I don't know, but I
think so. You ain't gonna say it. I'll say it. I think you watch too much JD Pickle, man, on 0-3, dog.
Hey, man, it might be the case, bro. It's a good program.
Yeah, he say it a lot. That's how I know, because I watch his show.
Yeah, I'm telling that myself. But Janae Walker, another player from Baldwin, Janae Walker, man. Like I said, that just got Baldwin's always around there in March. Jaquie Butler, Hebron. Oh, there she go. There go Michaela Taylor, man. Yeah, she's a problem down low, man. She's gonna rebound that thing. I would like to see her knock down that mid range a little more consistent. I'm sure she's working on that mid range game. Off the art in basketball right now. Too much analytics going on. She hit three or drive to the cup. But Michaela Taylor is special. Like I said, Georgia Tech commit. I'm not sure this team right here, but shout out to Lyric Green, rounding out the top 5. Hannah Morris, Tri-Cities. Okay, you not know anything about these Milton young ladies?
No, these ones specifically, I don't. I'm not gonna try to act like I do. I do not know a lot about them, unfortunately. So I would have to do my homework and research on them. I do know a lot about the top 10 though, so I can give you some insight there. But yeah, 11 through 20, no, I'm not too familiar with their game, to be real.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so number 1, Jessica Fields. That is the Michigan commit. If you guys don't know, her brother is tearing it up on the NFL level for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Got him at a 3-0 record right now. And her brother actually went to Ohio State, so that's an interesting dynamic there. Them going to 2 rival schools. I'm wondering how that's going up in the fam. But she's an outstanding center, man. Her ability to finish around the rim, she can stretch the floor. Just a great all-around versatile player. Obviously, for Mount Perrin, they won the state championship, I think, if not last year, the year before that. Really good program at Mount Perrin. Number 2, Janae Walker she's the daughter of the head coach there, Kissy Walker. We featured them last year in our Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. And they were outstanding. They turned it on in the second half, and Janae she's unstoppable, man. She's in that paint, she's in that post. Good luck is all I will say, because if she missed, she's gonna get about 3-4 rebounds, like an Angel Reese type build. Not as tall, but definitely can continue to get her own board. So she's special as well. Jaquie Butler is another really good player for Hebron Christian. As you guys can see, like at every position they got somebody. So that shows you how good they are. And then obviously Michaela Taylor is another special player. As well from Langston Hughes. So they got a couple good players. Amila Taft is one I really like that doesn't get talked about enough at Creekview. She's another special talent. So really good top 10 by Sandy here.
Right. We didn't see what's her name though. Kate. We didn't see Kate. That sticks out in my head. She's probably one of the hardest girls in Georgia right now. She definitely set OTE on fire. I was checking Twitter to see how tall Miss Fields was. Do not see her height on her Twitter profile, but if somebody can give me an update on how tall she is, I know she got a recruiting profile out. But while somebody's looking that up for me, I'm going to transition to the boys so we can get y'all out of here so y'all can watch that Atlanta Dream game.
We talked about boys last week, fam.
We did. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's look at the top. Let's see what's got here. This is all Players teams. All right. Let me unshare my screen.
Yeah, give us some OTE coverage, man.
Pump the brakes.
Of course.
So he must have kicked himself out trying to turn off his see, man, like he too young to be acting like this with technology, man. Like he over here acting like an old man. Like I'm better with technology than he is. And he's a camera guy. What's going on? That's confusing.
And you know how you can get him? He just went to Invest Fest.
Oh,
Nothing but technology.
oh God. That's my guy, man. Well, I guess we can fill in for him a little bit for now. You want? There he is. There he is. All right. Okay.
Hey, Jerome, you kicked me out.
I ain't do nothing, sir. I did not do nothing. That's all you're doing, sir.
He says I was coming with that high five. I said, let me kick his ass. Nah, for sure. Right. But if you still with us in the 3-man weave session, man, you weren't watching the OTE combat, man. Jasper Johnson got poked on, man. It was a sight to see live, man. I went crazy in the bathroom when I was taking a shower. Malik Thomas put him on the poster, but that's just what happens, man. When you got a court full of young men that's putting on the display in front of a lot of college coaches, that passion comes out. You want to see people compete, and that's exactly what they did. So real quick, give y'all an overview. The City Reapers are the biggest team in OTE this year. Talking about height wise, and they're also probably the favorite. Them and RWE, the Cold Hearts. They're kind of the little brothers. People are sleeping on them, but they do have a very, very formidable roster. Also, we know Amari is on there. Kai Fleming's on there as well. Who else? I wish I had the rosters on the. I got the website pulled up. Hold on. Jeremiah from Winner. I know I messed up his name. Marcus Gillespie. They got him on. They had him on the live. He talked highly about the team. They're just hard workers. They're not really paying attention to what the naysayers are saying, but they are a heavy guard. They are a heavy guard-led team that could run into some problems for them. As I said, they play the bigger lineups like RWE and the City Reapers. Not to mention the out-of-state teams who are coming in. But you can share me whenever you get a chance, my man, my friend.
There you go, brother.
Here we go. Live.
Thomas.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. Hey, yo. For anyway.
That's hectic.
It wasn't me.
Thoughts, live reactions. I know it's the first time y'all seeing this.
Nasty work.
Put that man on the poster.
Whole harm response.
Lord.
Let's see.
Put that man on the poster.
Malik's been going crazy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, while Bacon is getting his reaction together in his thing, remember, if you want to see these kids, right? Obviously, what's so cool now is they get a lot of flack. I don't know why Overtime Elite does, but they do a great job of letting these kids shine and do their thing. I think on this kind of stage in a kind of college-like atmosphere, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe not as big, but definitely in a college-like atmosphere. But again, these are the same kids we've seen in the EYBL circuit. So if you're trying to get in the hoops, and I feel like people kind of, they gatekeep this information, definitely if you can't get credentialed, try to go to an EYBL session, at least one of them. You can't go all the way to North Augusta like how we did this past summer. Right. Go to the one in Atlanta, all the way up there in Cartersville. Make sure you go out there. And then these same guys, like if they're high-end recruits, they're going to play in this in OTE. So that's another way for you to build connections. Their communications team at OTE is phenomenal. It can build some great connections while you're there. It's top end, man. So if you want to get in good with some of the high-end recruits and build your name in the basketball world, that's the way to do it.
100%. This is definitely the place to be. Romello Hill, they talked about him highly being one of he having some nice dimes, But just to kind of give you all the insight, if you haven't watched it, they started off, obviously, the combine inside the practice facility was not televised. They did a 3-on-3 session, which I thought was very high key, right? Especially with a lot of the American players playing a lot of one-on-one basketball. It gives them the opportunity in a controlled setting to you have to make the right basketball move, right basketball play. I feel like that's what's needed, especially with the game expanding. We see other countries kind of catching up. You just got to make the right basketball play, mixed in the athleticism with smart decisions. So I thought that was high key. Finished off the event with some 5-on-5 action. But it was just a good preview. Good to see them kind of teams play together. Jasper Johnson was electric. Malik Thomas was electric. Lincoln Crosby, who I found it on the live, is 6'10" now as a sophomore. That is insane. Definitely a potential leaguer. But yeah, man, just if you haven't tuned in, you need to tune in. Top Flight, as Nas said, they're easy to work with. Access is not full access, but it's damn near. It's damn near full access. I believe we talked to one of the representatives for the communication department. If you got an idea and they like it, they'll let you come in and do your thing, man. So if you got a production team and you got your media company on the rise, OT is the place to be, man. I believe I don't know how many college coaches were there. Georgia Tech was there in the building. Report was made today on the live that they're always in the building. So that's probably great game, great information. That Tech maybe pulling in some home talent or out of talent.
Definitely are.
So I was in the building. What'd you say, Nash?
I was just agreeing with you. They definitely are pulling. It's like 2 or 3 guys. No, 3 or 4 guys that are in there that they're trying to pull for sure, that are on their radar that they visit a lot. Jackson McIvy, they already got a Kai Fleming, and they got another big man that they're looking at as well.
Most definitely.
Yep.
Let's see let's see what else we got on the list for hoop news. That may be it. Oh, Nasir Anderson dropped 36 points against Grayson team. When was this?
I put that in. So they had some scrimmage or something. I seen it on Instagram, maybe Atlanta Sport Reels. But he went off, man, and put up 36, slashed to the rim, had a dunk. This kid is one to watch. We already know about Jerron Salisbury. We know about their front court. But I think Norcross, along with Grayson, along with a Wheeler, have to see what McEachin looks like. But they could be the team to beat this year, man. Last year, there was, a lot of inexperience, didn't have a veteran-led group as they usually does. But I think Coach Mack and the Blue Devils are going to be back this year, and I think they're going to be better than ever. And I think they can make a deep, deep playoff run.
That's very true. I do remember that now, but I would do want to give context. I believe, I know for sure, Caleb Holt, Jaden Wilson, Jacob Wilson were not playing. So that is definitely something to say. I'm trying to find that clip where the Grayson guard put bro on skates after getting hacked, but I don't see it. Give me a second. Drum, do you have your question of the day?
I'm going to skip out on it for today, just on time restrictions, but I will definitely try to have one for next week for sure.
100%, brother. We appreciate you, man, for tapping in with us. I cannot find the clip. I thought I was going to be able to find it, but it's the 2 guard for Grayson. He's a 3 or 4 star. I can't remember, but he's an elite scorer. Definitely be somebody to watch for the Grayson team. I do believe Grayson is still the number 1 team to beat. I don't think Norcross is going to be able to touch them on any team. That's just my take. We'll see how the season unfolds. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to the more sentimental part of our show. Well, actually, before we get there, where will we be at this weekend, excluding Nash, because we know where you see him now. Like I said, I'm going to try to talk to my client and see if we can get some games changed around, because I really want to. And I want to see if I can stay home. I want to see if I can ride 10 minutes down the road and go to my old high school and watch New England upset Langston Hughes. Just be there to support those young men, give them a platform. You know what I'm saying, to get their talent seen just outside of New England. I feel like that's big for them. But Jay, where will you be at?
100%. Yeah, I'm working on going to Alabama actually. That Central versus ING Academy. So I'm working on that. Still waiting on one of my contacts to contact me back, but that's what I'm working on. And currently I don't have a backup, so I'm kind of really banking and putting on my eggs in that game. So hopefully I get to that one. If not, I might be joining you, man. I might join you. I don't know. We'll see.
Come on, bro. Come on to New. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's my man's. You good. You know what I'm saying? I do want to let you know, if you do go to Central, very, very, very tight sidelines, my friend. So you know what I'm saying. I would pick one side.
I've been there last year when ESPN was actually had that game on against ING Academy. It's like the second game of the season, so I know like how that sideline is. It's tight.
Facts. I don't know how they did it or how. Hopefully, it will just win a lot of content creators.
You know how many times I ran into that ESPN sign on the sidelines when I was over there? It's rough.
Every time. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with Mr. Wilkins for our words of the wisdom segment. I know he's got some stirring inside of his heart.
Yeah.
There's no.
It's a good question.
Damn.
Y'all come back. I can't think of nothing right now. Y'all come back.
Jerome?
My words of wisdom today is never be too scared to do what's right. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know a decision is the right decision, but you kind of hesitate to do it. Never get too scared to do it. Because sometimes the right decision, especially when you know it's the right decision, you just gotta go out on a limb, even as scary as it is. You gotta do it. So if you feel wholeheartedly in your heart that the decision that you're making is the right decision, despite what your friends might say against you or your family might say, if it's in your heart and you feel like it's the right decision to make that decision, because you never want to regret like, dang, I made a bad decision because my family enticed me or my friends enticed me, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, whatever. Never, like, if it's right for you, then make that decision. It might be hard because people are going to be against it or whatever, but if it's in your heart that you feel like whatever decision that is, it's right for you, make that decision and stand on it. Stand on business.
Yes, sir. The old golden rule, man. Do right when no one is looking. And if sinners entice thee, don't give in. Say no. For sure. But mine is here we go, man. Here we go. Let me share my screen first, real quick, man.
We doing a share screen on the words of wisdom?
Yes, sir. The brother DC Young Fly is anointed. I'm sure people been seeing DC Young Fly for a while now. I'm gonna let him do his thing. And I'm gonna give a little add on. Am I live, Jay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Just sit and be still. The people are gonna come. You'll get the signs. He's gonna talk to you, but you don't move how the human mind would move. Only move in the spiritual mind. Because the human mind, we already know that. That's where the questions. That's where the doubt come in. That's where you feel like you're not gonna be able to make it. But the spiritual mind gonna always tell you a soldier. It don't matter how many scratches you got on your back. If he keep waking you up every morning, if he keep giving you the energy, nigga, you better strap on your motherfucking boots, nigga. Use whatever you're going through as motivation to reach the finish line. Why would you not reach the finish line and you done went through all you done went through? Just sit and be still.
I think that's great words of wisdom, man. And that was pretty much what I was. Say it again.
Say, we apologize for the language.
Hey, man, it's 2024, G. But like I said, like he just said, man, so you just gotta tap into to that higher level of yourself, whatever that means. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta sit back and wait. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying, people think you gotta sit back and wait, but it just means just keep doing what you're doing. So obviously persist, put in that energy. But the best connections, you know what I'm saying, best connections happens when things happen naturally. And just going out, like I went to the Atlanta Black Journalism meetup not too long ago, and somebody just came up to me, and you know what I'm saying, we met, had a genuine connection. She connected me with somebody. So just the best things happen naturally. Obviously, going out and just seeking things, a connection that you think, this is gonna be one. Sometimes it may not happen like that. Just sit back and let God do his thing, but also believe. That's the biggest thing that you can take from that DC Young Fly video. Believe wholeheartedly that you're gonna do something, put the work in, be patient, because things don't happen overnight, and things will come to fruition. Mr. Wilkins.
Yeah, I think that actually ties into what I was saying too, man. So I think that was a great segue.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I think quickly for me, what I would say, I think we get so lost and we get so kind of caught up in our lives where we're always working. I mean, Bacon was having this conversation this past week, and it was like, yeah, man, what if we were in that position as Woj? You know, would we make that same decision? And I was asking him like, yo, like, do you think we compare to that now? He was like, bro, it's not really that big of a difference. We do it 6 days a week anyway. So I thought, I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Like, we're always working and grinding. So I tell people like it's not the most fun thing to do, but in that working and going hard, you can't get burnt out. So I would tell people to make sure you have fun and enjoy your life as well. Take opportunities to visit different places, see the world in a different light. Like, don't just stay in America or in the city that you're from because that's all you know. Like, be willing to have an open mind and see something different. And spend time with people that are positive, not toxic in your life, or always asking for some, only calling you when they need something. Like, go around people that's going to help uplift you. Again, you are a product of your environment. So if your environment, 4 or 5 of those people that you're close to, you hang with a lot, aren't doing nothing, you're not going to be doing nothing. So hang around the right people, put the right people in your circle, and 2, just have fun and live your life as well. I mean, the grind and the work is going to be there. And remember, I think this don't get said enough, and I know this might be controversial, but the jobs care about you, but they care about you to what you can do for them. So sometimes you have to put yourself first as well and be able to say, hey, I need some time, or, just don't be afraid to put yourself first is basically what I'm getting to. And being able to take that time in order to better yourself as well, and take time to have fun and enjoy life as well, because you only get one of them. So that's kind of my closing statement. Like, travel, see the world, have an open mind, be willing to try something different, right? Being able to, like how Bacon said with technology, invest fest, right? Learning a new skill, learning a new trade, right? Learning a new language, eating a new food for the first time, meeting somebody out and studying their culture and how they live life. Just do different things and be different. I would say don't always follow the norm and the shallow path. Sometimes go on that narrow path and do something different. So I'll leave you guys with that.
Well said, my friend. Well said. Anything? Well, Jay, close us out, brother. Close us out. I know you got something for people.
Hey, man. Appreciate everybody getting on with us as always. As always, we want to thank our guys at Phenom for sponsoring this podcast. Just fresh gear. Go on PhenomEliteBrand.com. You can find all the latest stuff. They have some crazy licensings as far as, they got Sonic the Hedgehog. If you like Sonic the Hedgehog. They got DC Comics. They got, all over. They're all over the place. You got to go on the website. I can't even describe everything they got because they got so much. Go on the website. Go check them out. They got some fly stuff. They got some new designs coming out. Make sure you follow them on Instagram because they do, tease some of the new designs as well. Great brand, great quality, perfect. I got these gloves. I opened these gloves maybe 2 months ago, and the stick is still there.
You've been playing flag now.
Really, really good quality stuff. So go in there and go to the end when you're about to check out. Get that promo code right above me right there. That's gonna be ITH football. Get 10% off. Save you some cash. Look good, play good, feel good, and save you some cash. Also, make sure you check us out when we are on the road because we will give out some free gear as well. But guys, thank y'all so much for checking us out. Once again, make sure you go follow these boys on Twitter, man. This is their Twitter numbers right now. Make sure you go help them get to 10K. Everybody's on my page right now. If you're watching and you're on my page and you're not following them, I don't know what to say to you, man, but you need to be following these boys because they're doing some great stuff. So make sure you go follow them. And I appreciate you boys so much for doing that. So let's do it, man. This is the First and Foremost podcast. We not only give you the spill,
we keep it real.
Let's go.
I love it.
Love it.
Also, shout out to Kesler Jenkins for hopping on with us, man. If you don't know him, you will know him soon. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We can hear you, brother. It's all right.